Vroom vroom. My name's Jacob Strickling and I'm from Tiny Science Lab, and in this lesson we're going to be looking at how to build the electric car using the Tiny Science Lab electric car set. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, so good. So when you open up the set, you can pull out one of the battery packs, and you'll need to make sure that it's got some AA 1.5 volt batteries in there, and hopefully they've got some chemical potential energy in them ready to do the job. Then see if you can carefully pull out basically the chassis of the car, and in the chassis of the car there should be, let me get it from over here, but there should be two rubber, they're not rubber bands, they're actually rubber drive belts, so don't pull them too hard because they might not sort of go back to how you want them. Now we need some wheels, and there's lots of choices for the wheels. I'm actually going to start with the smaller wheels, and so if you get the smaller wheels and you push them on to the back, the front I should say, the front is where the logo is, push them onto the front, and I'm going to get another wheel. And the set comes with spares, which is fantastic. Now, on the back, the red back hubs, you need to put one of these, they're like a pulley, and you just slide that on it. It's a 3D printed pulley, and if you pop that on there like that, and then get two other small wheels and push those on, and they will actually hold the pulley in place. Now, almost there. Now we can just test to see whether we've got some rolling action, and we do. So I'm going to pop the battery pack in, but I'm only going to put one belt on, and so I'm going to stretch the belt over the small pulley and put it over the large pulley, and so that when the motor turns, the back wheels turn. This car will operate on the one motor. You don't have to have two motors. In fact, it's best to start off with just the one motor. And I'm reluctant to give too much advice about how to make this car go, because I actually want I want you to explore building the car and having some problems and trying to solve it and find the solution to make the car go yourself. But if you really are struggling, well then I'm happy to help. So we need to make a circuit. We're only going to focus on the motor that's got the drive belt. We're going to leave the other one all by itself for now. And so I'm going to get out my leads, and the leads contain copper, which is a conductor, and I might start with a short red one. Start with a short red lead, and that's my positive lead, although the colour is not hugely important. But I'm going to start where there's a plus and where the line on the battery is the longest. So if I pop that there, and I then click it into the terminal on the motor. Now, it is possible to remove the motors. That's not a bad thing, but probably best just to keep them in. Okay. So I've gone to the motor. Now I want to go to the switch. So I'm going to get I might just do a short little black wire. Okay. So now I go to from the motor to the switch. So I might just pop it out and click the terminal on, and click onto the switch like so. I haven't completed the circuit yet. I need to come back to the battery. So I need to go from that side of the switch back to the battery. And I need a longer wire, so I might get the longer black wire. And as I said, the colour's not hugely important, but it does keep things nicely organised. And if I click that in, I've got a almost complete circuit. I have to actually turn the switch. Oh, there's a bit of vibration there. Woo! Wow, it's producing a lot of sound. And well, what happens if I put it on the ground? Oh, well, she's a bit slow. Oh, but it is moving. Well, only just though. Okay, only just. Not moving very quickly, but it is moving. Oh, I think I can. Why is it so wobbly? Oh well, maybe the pulley. It might not be perfectly aligned, but it's definitely going. It's definitely going. Then the question is, can I make it go faster? Well, I could actually even try and make it go the other way. So what I could do is take these two wires from the battery and disconnect them and actually switch them around. Now the positive is going the other way. Oh, still goes. Just in the other direction. Look at that. Still goes just in the other direction. Now you could do an experiment if you wanted to. You could experiment and find the speed of this car on different surfaces. You could maybe find the speed on like a nice smooth surface, or you could find the speed on maybe some carpet or concrete. I don't think it's going to work on grass though. No. Now, just take measuring the speed, and to measure the speed, you have to measure a particular distance it travels and the time it takes. And the speed is calculated as distance over time. Distance divided by time. Now, to turn it into an experiment, though, you have to try different things. So, what would happen if I actually put different size wheels on the back? So instead of having the small wheels, I might actually try the medium-sized wheels. And so you can measure the diameter of them if you wish. Okay, the medium-sized wheels. I wonder if it will go faster, or maybe it won't even go at all with the medium-sized wheels. Oh, I don't know. Is that faster or slower? You have to measure it. You need something to measure the distance, and you need a stopwatch to measure the time. Now I really would like this to go faster, so what about if I use the other motor as well? But this is not so simple. Just adding another motor is not so simple. How do you add another motor? Well, do you add the motors in series? Now, what series? I hear you ask. Well, I don't, because I'm filming a video and you're watching the video, but I'll pretend you're saying to me, what series? Well, series is when there's only one pathway. There's only one pathway for the electricity to take. And so I'm using these clip connectors to make a pathway. And at the moment we've got one light globe, and the electricity is going through that one light globe. What about if I get a second light globe and I screw in the globe clockwise, like this, and I connect it like this, and I put in the other one. Both lights go on, but they're quite dim. If these were motors, that would mean that they would be going like much slower. So just like doing a loop from one motor to the other is not very good. But there is another way to put the two light globes so that they're both very bright. And we need to do what's called a parallel circuit. So basically we set up the first globe in series with the batteries, and so that's fairly standard, nothing too surprising there. But then what we do, rather than putting it in the loop, we take one connection from one side of the light globe and one connection from the other side of the light globe, and then connect it to the globes, and have a look at that. They're both very bright. So they are in what's called parallel. Can you see the parallel lines there? Now, you don't get something for nothing in science, and the battery will now go flat twice as quick because you're actually drawing twice the current from the battery. So that will flatten your batteries quite quickly. So if that was two motors in parallel, well, then you're probably going to get the power from both of the motors. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do with these wires. Okay, and so the first thing I'm going to do is pop the drive belt over the pulley on the wheel, over the drive pulley on the motor. And just like the light globe setup, and might just remind us, remember what I did? I basically got a wire from one side of the light globe, from the first light globe, and I put it to the other side of that light globe, and then from that light globe to that light globe, so it was like that. So I'm going to pretend that these motors are the light globes, and I will connect from one side of the light globe, well, the motor, to the other side of the motor. So from one motor to the other one, and then I'm going to go from this motor to the other motor and click that on. And when I go on, absolutely nothing happens. Why is that? Well, I might just undo the drive belt, go on now. Why is that? It's working now without the drive. I know why. Because the motor is going in the wrong direction, and it's fighting. So there's a few things I can do. Probably the easiest one is to actually just switch the wires around on that second motor. Okay, switch the wires around on the second motor. And then pop it back into place, the rubber belt. And we're almost there. And turn that on. Whey, that sounds better. Whoa, whoa. It's going a lot faster now. Double the power. Whoa. And it will flatten the batteries twice as quick. Now, is it possible to use the solar panel to run this car? The answer is yes, just. Yes, just. This motor, this solar panel in the sun, will definitely drive this motor with the fan on. And to do that, you simply can connect, in the sun of course, the connectors from the solar panel to the motor. And that will actually, if you hold that in the sun, that fan will start spinning. Can you connect the panel straight to a motor and it will run? Yes. Will there be enough torque? Depends on the brightness of your sun and the smoothness of the floor on which you're trying it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy explore the electric car, and there is a challenge. I wonder if you could actually incorporate a second battery pack. Whoa, that would really get it racing, wouldn't it? Well, anyway, thanks for joining me in this lesson, and I hope to see you again another time. Bye for now.